Once again, that live back channel chat, great place for you all as attendees. You can take notes and chat with one another. I'll share that link out through the GoToWebinar chat again right now. And we will have some time for some live Q&A at the end of our session today with Tia. Feel free to submit your questions through that questions box of GoToWebinar. Now, it does tend to auto-collapse, but if you click on that orange arrow, excuse me, the question box will open and you can type in your question. So if you have a question about the teacher learning community or you have a technical question, I can help you out with that behind the scenes during the webinar today. Otherwise, any questions that you do have for Tia, we're going to hold those until the end. So just be sure to submit your questions through that GoToWebinar's questions box. If you submit them through the back channel, through the bunny pad, I probably will not see it. So any questions for myself or Tia? Let's submit those through GoToWebinar through that questions box. Now, whether this is one of your first live webinars here with us at Simple K-12, if you are just getting started, or whether you've been here with us from the beginning, just so happy to be here with each and every one of you today for our Google Day of Learning and for Tia's presentation. And it looks like it's just about time for us to officially get started. Welcome to today's webinar, Go Google for Presentations, brought to you by Simple K-12. My name is Lori and I'm here with Tia Simmons, and we are so excited to have all of you here with us today. Now, just a little bit about our presenter. Tia Simmons has over 10 years of experience in education. She's currently an instructional technology coordinator for Prince George's Public Schools. In Maryland. She's responsible for helping train teachers in the use of various technologies and tech tools, including her favorite tools, mobile devices. Now, Tia is a SMART certified trainer, Apple certified trainer, and she is passionate about professional development, emerging technologies, and Web 2.0 tools. Tia, it's great to be here with you today. Thanks so much for joining us. And I can see that you have muted yourself from my end, and I can't unmute you. So if you'd like to go ahead and unmute yourself, I'll go ahead and pass the screen to you. Okay, looks great, Tia. We're good to go.
Awesome. Good morning, everyone. Thank you. I was trying to mute myself so I could get myself situated and get my family together so I could get into a quiet space. But good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for joining me this morning. I think I say it every time I start, but I truly mean it. I love spending my Saturday mornings sharing what I know with the Simple K-12 community, just in hopes that somebody will learn one thing new that they'll be able to use in their professional productivity and even their personal productivity. So today I am here to share with you all about going Google for your presentations. So I'm going to start my presentation here. In a moment, my screen will get adjusted. There we go. I did place a link in the bunny pad, and I know it was shared out as well, to this presentation, so you have it as a resource to use in the future and to share with your friends in case you feel like this is really interesting, this is good, you should take a look at this as well. And then I also have a resource document that has the link to this presentation as well as some additional resources on Google for Presentations. So I don't know about you, but have you ever had this problem? I used to carry around one of those zipper pouches that students use for their pencils, and it was full of flash drives. When I would create my PowerPoints and I would have to save them, and especially if I were using digital media or multimedia with the presentation, and I would have to connect everything together and put it all in a folder and bind it together so that it would play for me when I got to wherever I was presenting from. And so when I would get there, sometimes I would forget, honestly, which flash drive had the presentation that I needed, which flash drive had what I was looking for. And so I'm sure I can't be the only person that has ever experienced just not knowing which flash drive held my presentation and which presentation I needed. Or when I taught in the classroom and I wanted my students to work collaboratively on a presentation, oftentimes what I'd have to do is take the presentation, put it on a flash drive, because at that point in time, my school district wasn't a Google Apps for Education school district. And we had servers that our students could connect to, but we had very limited space. So I would have to take the presentation, put it on a flash drive, and stick the flash drive in all 30 computers for my students to be able to use. But then when I wanted to pull together all the pieces of those individual presentations, I would then have them save it back to my flash drive, and I would have to do the work of putting it all together. So I thought there's got to be a better way to this. And eventually there came a better way when my school district moved to Google Apps. So I'm here to tell you today, don't stop, don't get frustrated. There is a better way, an easier way. I want to still say better because some people do still like PowerPoint, and I do use it for some things. But there is a way to not get frustrated, and that's using a tool called Google Slides for your presentations. So what makes Google Slides so special? Google Slides is an online editable collaboration tool through Google. So if your school district has Google Apps for Education, or if you have a personal Gmail account, or maybe you created a Gmail account to use with your class, then you have access to Google Slides. It is also available on most mobile devices. There is an app for Google Slides, so you can download it onto your mobile devices and log in, and then be able to edit your presentations on the go. You can access them anywhere you have internet. There even is a feature in Google Drive where Google Slides is housed on laptops and desktop computers that will allow you to work offline if you need to. So if you're in a space where there isn't Wi-Fi, you can work on your presentations offline, and then when you reach Wi-Fi, it will automatically upload those changes and save them for you on the internet. I know many a times I have been places where I know I have a presentation the next day that I need to work on, or perhaps there's a colleague of mine and we're both collaborating on a presentation. And so I've sat in the doctor's office, dentist office, um, waiting for my kids to finish soccer practice, and worked on presentations, which is kind of cool, but then probably not cool because I should probably be resting. But the whole point is I can access it anytime, anywhere, whether I have internet access or not. So here's what Google Slides can do. You can create a presentation from scratch, or you can use one of their templates, and I'll show you that when I go into my Google account. You can edit presentations collaboratively. This makes a whole world of difference, especially when you're working with students and you want them to each contribute or work together as a group to contribute towards a larger presentation. You can import presentations, Google PowerPoint presentations that you already have. So you can import them into Google Slides and then simply convert them, if you need to, into the Google Slides format. And all converting does is it just makes it editable online. So you don't necessarily need the PowerPoint software to edit that. Once you're done working in Google Slides, if you feel like I'm going to be somewhere where the Wi-Fi might be iffy, or I need to share this with somebody who doesn't have a Google account, or maybe who is still working in PowerPoint, then you can also download the Google Slides offline, off the internet, and you can download it as a PDF file or a PowerPoint file. You can insert images and videos. And what's really cool now is that you can insert videos not only from YouTube, but videos that you have stored in your Google Drive. And then when you're done, you can publish or embed the presentations into a website. So what we're actually looking at right now is a published presentation. So it takes away all of the formatting toolbars you normally see. It takes away all of the background stuff that you normally see. And it allows it to give it a clean presentation and look. So here are some ways that you can use Google Slides in the classroom. If you're thinking about using it in the classroom, you can share specific content information. I love using it for a vocabulary review. You can actually set it up when you publish the presentation to run automatically. So it could be like flashcards. Math explanations, math vocabulary, scientific inquiry steps. A few of the schools in our district decided to use Google for their science fair this past school year, which is really cool because the students were able to work in their presentations. The teachers could collaborate and work with them. So there's all really great reasons on how and why to use Google Slides in the classroom. So where do I begin? Well, the first thing you can do is upload an existing presentation using Google Drive. Um, I always recommend people to do this because I don't want you to start from scratch. I don't want you to have to reinvent the wheel when you already have something that's existing. So when you're in My Drive, and I'll show you that in a moment, you can click on New and then choose File Upload and be able to upload a presentation you already have. Once you upload it, then you're going to convert it to Google Drive, through Google Drive so that it becomes a Google Slides presentation and not a PowerPoint file any longer. Or you can start from scratch and create a presentation. So let me jump into my Gmail. And you see my Gmail here. What you want to look for in the upper right-hand corner are the 9 squares. That's called your Google Apps Launcher. And there's 2 ways to get there. I can click on Google Drive, and then it will take me into My Drive, which is just basically an online storage, place for storage, creation, and collaboration using Google Tools. And then I can simply click on the New button and select Google Slides. Now, which is really cool is Google has recently added this sub-menu here, so I can either start a blank presentation or I can pull from a template. Another way to access Google Slides is to come back to your Gmail or your Google Mail, click on the Google Apps Launcher, and now Google has the Slides app listed here within the Apps Launcher. So I can simply click on Slides, and it will take me to the Slides dashboard page. On that page, I can start a new presentation, or I can pick from any of the templates in their template gallery. And Google has some pretty nice templates to use. On that document that I shared with you, I do have a resource for another page that I go to for templates called Slides Carnival, which is really a nice place to go for using various templates in Google Slides other than what's here. So I can pick one of the templates, or if I want to, I'm going to start a blank one just to show you how that process works. Now, when you open up a blank presentation, if you've ever used Google Docs, you're going to notice that the interface here looks very similar to when you're in Google Docs or Google Sheets. If not, you're going to notice some very familiar icons on the toolbar. Okay, so let's say that I'm making a back-to-school presentation for my classroom. I can click in the upper left-hand corner to be able to change the title, and then I'm ready to rock and roll. Okay, so let's say that I want to add my title. So I'm going to just say welcome to 3rd grade, and I can just click just as I would in PowerPoint, and I can create and type my text. In order to insert a new slide, just to help familiarize you with the icons that you see, I can click on this icon here, the plus sign, which will put a new slide in, and by default, it will give it the title and the body, or I can click on the drop-down arrow to select the layout that I want. So I'm going to click the section header layout, and let's just say I'm going to do a slide on my morning routine. So I want to show my parents all about my morning routine. And maybe I have a picture of my kids sitting down from last year that's very similar to what I've used before. So to insert a picture, I'm going to click on Insert in the menu here. And I can do image here, or if you like to use your icons, there's an icon that looks like a photograph. I can use that icon as well. I can pull images from various places. I can upload them if I have them saved on my computer. If I wanted to take a snapshot of myself using my webcam, I could do that. If I wanted to pull the image from the internet, I can put by URL. If I had it stored in my Google albums, Google photo albums, my Drive, or I can search using any Google search tool. So I'm just going to search for students in the classroom, and I'm going to find the student here. And it looks like they're working on a routine. What I like is that it gives you the copyright information so that you can use that when you're sharing your presentation. And I'm going to click select. Now let's say that I want to make this image larger. I can click on the arrows here to move it and make it larger. I can center it if I need to using the guidelines. And then what's really nice in slides is that if you notice now on my toolbar, I have two buttons. One says image options, one says replace images. I can click on image options, and now on the right, if I wanted to do just a black and white of this picture, I could turn it black and white, so I can pick different colors. And then I can also adjust the transparency. So if I wanted it to show more of my words on top and less of the picture, I can do that. Also, maybe I wanted to crop out some of this picture a little bit. In my toolbar here, I have an icon for crop image. When I select that, I now get these black bars and handles, so I can just click and drag on the image. And when I click anywhere off of my picture is now saved. So I'm going to come to my range option in the menu and send this to the back because I want my words to appear on the front. Okay, and maybe I want to adjust my words. So in my text box here, when I select my text box, I can change the color and maybe fill the color a little bit so it's a little darker. And then I can also, just like you can in PowerPoint or Google Docs, if you've used Google Docs before, I can come up and change my font style as well as my font size. Okay, so what's really nice is I can do a lot with images here inside of Google Slides. I don't have to go somewhere else, crop the image, adjust the image in color, do all of those things, and then bring the image in. I can bring it right here in Google Slides. And so I really, really like that. That's something that Google added not too long ago to this product. If I wanted to, I can also, if I click on a slide, I now have the option to change the layout. Perhaps if I didn't want the title slide, I wanted it to look different. I can also change the theme. I get different themes to choose from. And it's only a couple to choose from, and so I'll just scroll so you can see them. So I'm going to choose Spearmint. That's one of my favorite here. And as you can see, the theme will change all of the slides. So I'm actually going to change the font color here to match. And what's nice is when you go to pick the font color, it picks the colors from the theme. So it gives you the option to pick the colors from the theme if you wanted to. If I wanted to center this, because now it's off center, I can use my align icon just like I would in PowerPoint or even if I've used Google Docs before. Okay. So those are my themes to choose from. When I'm ready to have someone else work on this with me that also has a Google account, I can click on the share button. And it will ask me to type in a name or email address. It'll pull a name from my contacts, or I could type in an email address. I can send that person a message. Please add the slides on the lunch schedule and sports activities. And then I can click send. When I'm ready to show this to someone else and I'm using just my computer, I can click on the present button and it will put it into a full screen mode. And then I can just simply use my arrows, or even if I have a pointer, a USB pointer, I can use that as well. Also, if I wanted to publish this so it's nice and finished and I want to give the link to somebody else, I can do one of two things. I can click on share and do get shareable link, and it will give me the option, much like some of the other Google products that you have. So anyone with the link can view, or if I want anyone outside of Google Apps accounts or anyone else that doesn't have a Google Apps for Education account to edit, I can do that. But right now, I just want someone to see it. So I can click on copy link, or I can go to File and Publish to the Web. And here is where I can select it to auto advance. So I can click Start Slideshow as soon as the player loads. So as soon as someone clicks on the link and the slideshow comes up, it'll load and begin running. I can choose to restart it. A nice way to perhaps do announcements as parents are entering and waiting for you to get started. And when I click Publish, Google will say, "Are you sure?" I will say, "Okay," and then I can copy this link and post that somewhere as well. What I would like to do before we finish is just to give you an opportunity to see the collaborative feature in Google Slides. And so in the bunny pad, and then I know that the ladies will work feverishly to get these posted, excuse me, as well inside the back channel for Simple K-12. And then go to webinar. I've placed the link for 3 presentations. You can click, depending on your last name, on one of those presentations, and you can go in and utilize some of the features that I've shown you, like inserting an image perhaps, changing the text and font, excuse me, just so you can see how we can be all in the same place at the same time. And so I see quite a number of you coming in. You can pick a slide. Be careful. If you see an icon on the slide that you've selected, the slide that has the blue box around it, that means somebody else is there. So you would have to pick a different slide so you don't write over top of them, because we're all in the same place, in the same space at the same time. If I were doing this with students, I would assign my students a different slide initially until they got comfortable enough using Google Slides, and then I would let them go in and pick their slide. Or if I have student numbers in my classroom, I used to have student numbers when I taught 6th grade. Everyone has a number. That number became a number for everything, so then I just gave them that number for their slides as well. So you can click on your slide, make some edits. Feel free to go in there and kind of tinker around a bit to see how some of the features work, change some of the font. If you change the background, just know that you'll be changing the look of the slide that you're on. If you change the theme, you'll be changing the look for all the slides in the presentation. Okay, so I'll give you a minute just to go in and kind of go through and look at some of those features there in terms of adding text, adding images. You can also add a video from YouTube. If you go to the Insert menu, I'll pick a new slide here. If you go to the Insert menu and select Video, you can either search for a video on YouTube if you don't quite know what you're looking for. You can post a link by URL, so it has to be from YouTube. Or if you have the video stored in your Google Drive, you can pull from your Google Drive. So I'm just going to pull a video from here. You can see once you type in the search, once you type in the search, you can pull a video from the results that come back. I like this video on the dot, so I will click select, and it will put that right there on my screen. And then what happens is when I'm playing the presentation, when I click on present to play the presentation, I will actually have the option and a playhead icon on the screen to be able to click and play that. Excuse me. So you have many options and features in Google Slides, just like you would perhaps in using PowerPoint, or even some of your other tools like Nearpod or other online presentation tools. You can make links for people to go to other websites if you decide to publish this. and share it with someone else. So there's great flexibility when it comes to using Google Slides for presentation. So just know there are they're not so new features now, but there are two really cool features for Google Slides. The first is an audience Q&A. When you are in the present mode, in the bottom left-hand corner, you'll see this little black bar appear, and there's a presenter view. If I click on presenter view, I now get to the screen you see on the right, where I can have people interact with the presentation and ask questions. The questions do appear only in this pane, and what happens is I can go back after the presentation is over and maybe answer the questions or have somebody else who's helping me to answer those questions. So you can see when I hover and move my mouse, that box appears down here at the bottom. I also have a laser pointer, which is actually kind of cool. If I click on the laser pointer, I now have, instead of having to use a mouse or another peripheral instrument to help me navigate through my slides, I now have a laser pointer right here on the screen, and so I can use it to point things out as I'm going through my presentation. Okay, so hopefully you've seen some ways that you can use Google Slides in your classroom, use it for instruction, perhaps use it to communicate with your parents, and even to collaborate with your colleagues in your building. So thank you very much, and I know that we have just a few moments for questions.
Okay, great. Tia, thank you so much for a wonderful presentation. I'm going to go ahead and pull the screen back here. I'll get your contact information up here from my end. Did have a couple of questions coming in. If you do have a question for Tia, please feel free to submit it now through that questions box of GoToWebinar. First question came in from Liz. She says, my toolbar looks different. How do I change it?
I am not quite sure how different it looks. It's a little hard for me to tell. Perhaps maybe if you can, I know it'd be kind of hard, but describe briefly how it looks different. Is it non-existent, or do the icons look a little different?
Okay,
I'm sorry.
great. That's okay. Jill says, how can credit be given for use of images, videos, etc.?
Once you, especially if you search from within Google Slides, the app itself, and you see that link that I showed you earlier, excuse me, you can copy that link and paste it into the presenter notes at the bottom, the slide notes, or if you wanted to show on the screen, you can just copy and paste that link on the screen.
Okay, great. Tia, let's see here. Now, you shared so much wonderful information and tips and tricks with us today. What would you say would be the most important for someone who's just getting started?
I would say to go in and to begin using it just for your own, like maybe getting ready for the school year. Maybe start with a back to school presentation and just kind of work through the tools to get yourself acclimated to the tools, because you may not initially do it for collaboration purposes, but at least become comfortable with the interface, the tools that are there, the italicized and bold and all of those, as well as inserting things in there to make the presentation look the way you want it to look. So just go in to your drive, click new, and start a brand new presentation.
Okay, great. Christina's asking, can you narrate over the slides or add music?
That therein lies the challenge, Christine. Unfortunately, at this time, you cannot. But I know that Google, I believe, is working towards that. A lot of times they'll ask for feedback, so I would strongly encourage you to submit that feedback, because I know that's something that teachers want a lot, and I know that they said that they have heard that request and that they're actually working towards getting that into Google Slides.
We are so excited about that, and we are having so many great comments come in and lots of questions about the certificate of completion, members asking where to print those and how to get those, and our guests and non-members asking how they can get certificates for today, as well as where to view the on-demand video recordings from today and all of the other things that we have googly. So let me show you guys how to do that real quickly. Don't go anywhere. You don't want to miss this. If you are not a member, hang on. First, I'm going to show members how to get their certificates of completion, and then non-members, I'll show you just how easy it is to get yours today as well. So this is how easy the site is, guys. You go to view your profile. From your profile, you go right into your transcript report. Now, you are not going to see these today because it does take us 48 hours to verify your attendance and update your member profile. But within 48 hours, you will see the webinar listed. And when it has this certificate symbol to the left, I know it's small, but hopefully you can see that. All you do is click on that image and it will pop up the availability for you to print your certificate of completion. It will tell you your credit hours, the date that you completed it, the name of that specific webinar. So if you stay on all day today, you will earn 6 certificates of completion. You can also print your entire transcript report. You can pull a date range. We will keep all of your data for your history of your membership. I know we have 5-year members. Someone wrote in today, said they've been a member for 5 years, and we will keep that historic data for you as long as you have your membership. Now, if you don't have your membership today, in just a minute, I will show you just how easy it is to join. Now, for those folks that were saying, oh my gosh, my mind is blown, I want more on Google Sheets. Maybe you said, I want to slow it down. I want to rewatch it. I want to hit pause. Let me show you how to access all of the Google webinars on demand so that you can watch at your own pace and then find other webinars on Google Sheets, because today we're only going to go over 2 Google Sheets webinars. You probably want more than that. So here in the Simple K-12 community, where we have 800,000 members, a part of our site, they have access to our course catalog. As you can see, so much more than just Google training, assessment and review, blended learning. Maybe you want to do some blogging, business education, classroom management. This is one of our most popular areas for training. We have close to 100 webinars in classroom management alone already for you. College and career readiness, communication, counseling, differentiated personalized learning, ESL, ELL. Here we get into the Google. As you can see, we make it easier than ever for you. We have Google Basics. So if you are brand new to Google, you're going to jump in that area. Close to 60 webinars, 57 webinars. Google Intermediate, 59 webinars. And then Google Chromebooks. So if you are getting Chromebooks, or you have a Chromebook, your students have Chromebooks, specific training for you here. And then also the mobile learning down here for you guys. Mobile learning basics, intermediate, reading and writing training, RTI, response intervention, special education, so much more. And oh my gosh, I'm getting off track. Let's go back to Google. Simply click on Google Basics. Once you are inside, you will see courses. I love this Intro to G Suite. You're probably going to want to start there, or even getting started with Google. You go into an Intro to Google G Suite for an example, and we line it up for you. You're going to start with 12 ways to use Google Drive, an Intro to Docs, Sheets, Forms, Slides, Drawings, and so much more. You can pick and choose what you want to watch when you want to watch it. If you want to jump into getting started with Google, go ahead in there. We're going to just do an Intro to Google, hidden tools, an Intro to Google Drive tools. Did you know Google could do that? There are so many things to get you started with Google, but then once you have the basics, you're going to be able to find webinars to integrate into your classroom for class projects, ideas, and so much more. And this is just the Google area. Now, if you're saying, oh my gosh, I have to have access to that, I need a membership to Simple K-12, let me show you how you can join today if that is right for you. And members, you know that you love getting your CEUs and clock hours for watching on demand. Now guys, this catalog I'm showing you has everything that's available on demand to watch instantly, and you will still get clock hours and CEUs whether you come live or on demand. Those resources I was talking about earlier, you can browse by subject area. grade level and resource type. If you want lesson plans or ebooks, presentations for your classroom, it is all here. Now, members, I know you love all of the perks of Simple K-12, but please remember that we do have guests with us today, so I would like to show them how they can join today. And if they do, we will go back by hand and update their user profile to include the certificates from today. So guys, you have not missed out if that is something that is important to you. Now, normally a membership to Simple K-12 costs $397, but you do not have to pay that today, guys. Do not worry. Although it is such an incredible value, that is less than the cost of a 2-day conference. Someone just invited me to a conference in Boston. It is $697 for a 2-day event. There's a big one over the summer that's close to $500 for a 3-day event. Guys, $397 gets you unlimited access for 12 months. But like I said, you do not even have to pay that today. But I know a lot of the members that are on here, they have paid their membership fee and they know that they are getting a great value. So members, you know that you love your membership, but you know that we are trying to grow and get new members as well. So I know you will understand why we have a very special offer for our new members today. Now, members, we know you love your membership. So for those of you that are guests today, let me talk to you a little bit about how you can join without paying the $397 today here at Simple K-12. Now, we do have an awesome webinar attendee discount for you guys. You do not have to pay $397 today. No siree, absolutely not. We have a great friends and family discount that we offer, $297. If you're on our friends and family list, I know you've seen this price before, but guys, you don't even have to pay $297. We have our low webinar attendee discount, $197. If you've been on a webinar before, you know this is the ultimate value here at Simple K-12, but guess what? It gets even better for today only. We are even lowering it one more time, a triple discount. The final price for you, just $147. If you've been on a webinar before, you know that it's normally the $197, so $147, an incredible value. You can't get this with our email coupons. You can't get this price even over the phone. This is the ultimate price here for you today at Simple K-12. Now, you can't just go to our site to get this price. You have to have the special link, which is up on the screen. The ladies are going to send it out. Grab this price now. This is a discount for our first session. I don't know how long it's going to last. That triple discount, normally it's $197, but for this session right now, we are taking off an additional $50 for you, the ultimate value at Simple K-12. Now, you have to have this link. If you do not have this special link, the price will not be guaranteed. We've already applied the $50 triple discount for you. It really is that easy. Now, we have other offers available as well. We have a 2-year payment for $277, 2 months, or you can do 4 months at $77 if you need a payment plan, or for the 1 year, you can do 3 payments of $77 per month. Guys, it is normally $197. For this session right now, we're taking off an extra $50. So if you want to take advantage of that, do not wait. Lock in that discount right now because you will not see this price again. $147 gets you 12 months, unlimited access to absolutely everything inside of Simple K-12. If you love today's webinar and you want to come back for more live webinars after today, you need your membership. If you want to watch on demand, if you want access to all of those Google videos to help you get jazzed up in your classroom, join now because this special will not last. I'm so excited that we're offering this $147. I have never seen it before on a webinar promo. So you guys are getting first access to this triple discount. So lock that special in right now. Now, someone was asking, what's the difference between the membership types? Guys, you're getting everything absolutely the same. I see a lot of questions coming in for our members. Guys, I know that when you paid the $397, you were getting such such a great value. Please, please keep in mind that we have to increase our membership numbers. We are offering this for first-time members, but you know what? If you already have your membership, use this for your renewal. You will not lose any time. It will simply tack on 12 months to the end of your membership. Now, to me, it's not just about the CEUs and the clock hours. It's not just about all of the training that's available on demand. It is about investing in yourself. Now, I look at 147 and I think about other subscriptions that I pay for. My gym membership is, a fraction, per month you're paying $30, $40 to go to the gym. This is $147 for the entire year. You're improving your career. You're improving your instruction in the classroom. But guys, to me, it's about the community aspect at Simple K-12. We are a community of 800,000 teachers just like you that are all in this together. We're all in the same boat. Sometimes we're at the height of our career and we're going to be in the community, in the forums, working with each other, sharing ideas. And sometimes, it's going to be a struggle. That's just how it is. And during those times, we're going to turn to the teacher learning community and make a friend. Another teacher who has been there, done that, and going to help you through. If you are feeling a little bit frustrated in the classroom, then come on a live webinar. I guarantee that our presenters and our moderators here will cheer you up and give you that extra push that you need to turn things around. But guys, do not worry. If this is your first time joining Simple K-12, you may have questions in your mind and you're thinking, I want to take advantage of the triple discount. That $50 off is not going to be here. So if I'm going to do this, I want to do it now to get the best value. Guys, this is a no stress commitment on your behalf. We have a 45-day, 100% money back guarantee. We don't want you to like Simple K-12. I don't even want you to love Simple K-12. I want you to say that Simple K-12 is the best professional development experience you have ever had as a teacher. And if you can't say that in 45 days, we will give you your money back because this is an investment in you. And if that 147 is better served going to a workshop or buying some books to read from, then we want you to do that because we are in the business of helping teachers, motivate teachers, inspire teachers, and if our community doesn't do that for you, we want you to find that in a way that works for you. But really, we are convinced by the 800,000 members that are already a part of the teacher learning community, we are so certain that you will love this. We are giving you a 45-day money back guarantee, no questions asked. When you join, not only are you getting access to all of the webinars, all of the shared resources, you're going to be joining a network of 800,000 other teachers. We are so active in the forums, people talking about memory books, coding curriculum, asking for help, people just introducing themselves, making friends. These are live discussions that are going on right now, organizational tools for students, using Padlet applications, summer reading for students. If you have questions, you can post them in the teacher learning community. Our behavior reflection sheets worthwhile. What are behavior reflection sheets? Maybe you need help with that. Creating guided notes on Google Docs. We have something for everyone. Now, someone was asking if we had anything to improve literacy in the classroom. Guys, that's where you're going to jump down into the catalog. Let me take you into reading and writing. You're going to either pick, if you're elementary or secondary, maybe you have iPads, we can help you with that. Writing toolkits for the elementary grades. Let's just jump in there as an example. We're going to show you reading and writing websites to enhance literacy for language learners, enhancing writing with organizers, improving writing skills, motivated to write. Look how many topics we have, and that is just one toolkit. The list goes on and on. There is literally something for everyone here at Simple K-12. We have every subject represented in our community, from art and design, history, health and PE, language arts, all grade levels, pre-K through post-secondary and beyond, represented inside of the teacher learning community. Now, guys, like I mentioned, you do not have to pay the $397, but only if you join right now. you are getting the triple discount with the additional 50% off. Other sessions will have the $197, but for now, you can join at just $147. This is an incredible value. Lots of people frantic. They don't want us to take away that $50. You guys need this special link in order to grab that discount. So I'm going to pull it up on the screen. Make sure you write it down, take a snapshot of it, head on over to the website and lock in your membership. Now, Sally was asking if she joins, but she already watched the first webinar, will she get CEU credit? Absolutely, Sally, we will have to go back by hand because it won't work auto-magically, but we are going to do that today. Go back by hand and update your user profile. Guys, this is an incredible deal. You're not paying the $397. You're not even paying the friends and family $297. Our standard webinar discount at $197, you are getting the triple dog discount, taking off an extra $50 for an unheard of $147. Lots of teachers renewing their membership at this price because they know it is an incredible deal. I see lots of memberships being created. Let me give some shout outs. Cheryl just joined, Robbie joined, Atora just joined, Carol joined, Linda joined, Kathleen joined, Kim joined, Bernadette, Karen, Dina, Cheryl. Welcome everyone. We are so excited to have you joining in to the teacher learning community. When you join, you are joining a network of 800,000 other teachers just like you. We're going to get through this together. We're going to learn new technologies. We're going to improve our classroom. We're going to get through those classroom management struggles, and we're going to do it as a team. We are so excited to offer this discount for you guys today, but there is more coming today. We are just getting started. We have more webinars coming up all day long. We have to get going to the next webinar. But before it starts, go ahead, lock in that triple discount. I don't know how long it will be around. An extra $50 off the ultimate value here at Simple K-12. If you've been to a webinar before, if you've received our emails, you know you have never seen the 147. If you already have your membership, maybe you paid the $297, then use this for your renewal. It will add on 12 months. You are not losing anything. All right, guys, go back to your email, find the link to the next session, and we'll see you on the webinar soon.